So this is all about the last class. Okay. Let me handle with a one more next syntaxes. So what will be the next syntaxes? In a XPath also, we can add something called contents. So the previous, when I'm telling you the partial link text, what this exactly partial text will do? Whenever you pass some partial text of the element, okay, then it is capable to handle. The same way in XPath also, we have something called syntax. Okay, the what syntax will say, I'll write /same tag name. Okay, so in the bracket, I'll be writing something called contains. Okay, contains. Inside the contents, I'll make it as one more braces, and I'll be writing. You can go with a text function if you want to highlight any element with the text, comma, within single quote. I have to write the text value. Okay, this is also one syntax where these syntaxes are used. I'll give you an example. Okay, let me get back to the web page. I'll take one example. I hope the last class I have given one application for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a website I have given. Correct now.
Yes.
I told you to go with the registrations also. Okay. So what I'll be doing, I want to perform some click action. So you can go with right click on inspect. You can able to see the right side, the complete HTML tree searcher. Okay. Uh, do we have any text for this element? Okay. I don't think so. We have a text. Okay. I'll go with one more. I'll go with the apparel and shoes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Right click. Then click on inspect. Can you able to see some text over here? Guys, are you able to see one text over here?
Yeah, apparel and shoes.
Yes, apparition shoes. So whenever you want to handle by using text function, can I fetch the this element by using text function? Then what is the syntax I need to use?
Double forward slash a text function is equal to whatever text it is.
Very good. Okay. I'll be writing first control F. Okay. First let me write control F. So what is the tag name over here? The tag name of the element is A. Okay. I'll take double forward slash A in the square bracket. I have to write first, that is nothing but text function. Okay, can you able to see or shall I zoom? Can you
Can
able to
you
see
zoom?
that?
Can you zoom? Yes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
so
yeah.
small.
Now can you able to see?
Yep. Now
Okay.
visible.
So I'll be writing apples and shoes. So let me do one right click, capture that element. Okay. So I'll be able to get that element address. Okay. So what I've written, double forward slash a, that is the tag name of the element, and okay, the text function is equal to within single quote. I have to write the text value. Okay. So what the text value over here? That is apparel and shoes. So please very carefully understand why we are using the content function, why not text function. Okay. So please look here. So when I click on here, can you able to see some white space over there? After
Yeah.
double click on this, can you able to see some white space over here?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Okay. So what I'll be doing, if I do double click and if I copy this, okay, if I copy this and if I paste in my text function the value of that, if you click on enter also, see if I click on enter, can you able to get the count as one? Yeah, I'll remove the white space also by using the backspace. I'll remove. Even though if I remove that white space, can you able to get the count as one?
No.
Okay, I'm not able to get the count as one. So why this text function will don't have a capability to handle the white space. Okay, it is also called NBSP. Some text functions, okay, they were having some NBSP, non-breakable space. I'll repeat, NBSP or a white space. Okay, some texts are having NBSP or non-breakable space. To handle this element, okay, to handle these kinds of element, my text functions fails. Okay, I cannot handle these kinds of element by using this syntax. Then what to do? Okay, then how to handle these kinds of element, very important. Okay, so see, if I write also, if I copy and paste this element also, see, double click, copy the text, and let me paste the same text. Can you able to get the count as one? No. Okay, the element only not able to highlight. Then what I'll do? Okay, to handle specifically this non-breakable space and white spaces, and also for some partial dynamic element, the partial text. So we use something called contents. Okay, the syntax is what is the syntax is? Double forward slash contains text function comma. Okay, there is no nothing called is equal to. We are not using the is equal to comma. Within single quote we are using text value. Okay, the same syntax I'll be using double forward slash, that is tag name, that is a, and I'll write contains. Okay, contains in the braces, I'll write text function comma. Then what is the text value over there? What is the
April
text
and
value?
Sue.
Para lunch.
April
Compile
and
this.
Sue.
Let me copy this. Okay, let me copy this, and I'll be pasting inside this one.
In
Okay.
between both.
Yes. See, now also I'm not able to get because some white space is there. So I'll do? Let me remove this white space. If I remove the white space, automatically, can you able to see the
One of three.
elements are getting highlighted?
One of three.
One of three. So which are those one of three? This is one and this is two. Can you able to see in the web page? You can also see web page in views here and here. Correct now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what to handle the non-breakable space or a partial text. See, there is no any condition that you have to pass the complete text. If I read this much also, the element is getting highlighted.
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
you able to see
April.
the element is
Yep.
getting highlighted?
Yeah.
Okay, it
Yellow
is
color.
nothing but contents. Okay, it is nothing but contents. If you pass the partial text of the element in the web page, and but still it can able to highlight. Okay, that's why it says contains. Content means it will check whether the text is present inside the element. If that element is matching up, automatically it will capture the element address. Are you understanding?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, not only text function, you can also use attribute over here. That is also fine. Okay, this is one syntax. So let me get back to one more important. There's a one more called by using indexing. So since I'm getting the count as more than one, then how to make it as count as one? Okay, we use on very important syntax, that is double forward slash. Okay, I'll go with the complete XPath. Can I call it as this one XPath? Guys, can I call it as this one complete XPath?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'll be writing? Assume you have written one X path, so which will is matching more than 1, 2, 3. Okay, you are not able to get the count as one. You are getting the count as 2, 3, 4. Okay, even though if you specify this multiple attribute text function contains, you are using multiple attribute also, but you are not able to get the count as one. Then what you will do? There is a one more syntax by that is called XPath by indexing. Okay, so what do you mean by XPath by indexing? Assume this is one complete XPath. For this complete XPath, okay, so I'll be writing one bracket. Okay, I'll put on bracket. Once if I put on bracket for that complete XPath, automatically the all the elements, okay, which are matching in that complete XPath are put it in a jar. Okay, or in the stored in a jar. So inside the jar, if you want to fetch any element address, so please specify after that indexing. Okay, so currently how many elements are matching over here for this complete XPath? How many elements are matching?
Two of three.
Two of three, in the sense we are getting overall three elements are there, correct? Now
Mm-hmm.
for this XPath we have three elements. but I don't want 3 element at a time. Can I perform action on 3 element? No, it's not possible. I want only one element, that is appellation shoes. I need to capture this element address. Okay, then how do I do? I have to put on bracket. Okay, very important. Okay, can you please have a one more look? Okay, so I'll put on bracket for complete XPath. See, I'm putting on bracket for complete XPath. Okay, if I put on bracket for complete XPath, automatically all these elements are stored virtually in a container. Okay, at the last, what I'll be doing? I'll put on indexing, that is square bracket, and I'll specify one. Okay, if I specify one, right in the right side, can you able to see now the count is what?
1 of 1.
That means what happened exactly?
Selecting 1 out of 1.
Yes, very good. Out of three, once if I put a bracket for complete XPath, out of three it is getting selected only one. That means indexing. You are grouping some element. Okay, for a specific XPath, you are putting on bracket and making a group. Okay, inside the group you are specifying only one element. See, if I write a two, the second element will be get highlighted. If I write three, the third element will be get highlighted. Can you understand this one? Or shall I give one more example? Guys, can you understand this one, or shall I give one more example?
Go for another example. Fine.
Okay, I'll go with one more example. Let me see. Okay, we have Selenium download file. Okay, uh, here you tell me how many chain locks are there and API docs are there in this application. How many chain locks and how many API docs are there? There are
Five,
five.
five, five.
1, 2, 3, 4, around five are there. Okay, I want to I want to take the second element, that is Ruby changelog. Then how do I capture? I'll take one right click, inspect.
Inspect, yeah,
Okay, I'll be directly go with the direct and inspect. Okay, so can you able to see changelog over here?
yeah.
Okay, so what I'll do, I'll capture this text and I'll be writing one XPath. Okay, how do we write double forward slash? So what is the tag
A
name
tag
over
name
here? Tag
A.
name is A. Okay, I'll
Uh,
be writing double forward slash A in the bracket. I'll be going the text function. Okay, is equal to within single quote. I'll
should
pass
write
that.
contents also, right? Contents
Yeah, you can go with the contents. When we go with the contents, when the
when
text,
there's a space in the.
white space is there, or it is having
Uh,
some dynamic element, that time we can go with the directly content. But here, do we have any white space or nothing? Okay, we don't have anything white space or NBSP. Okay, directly, that's why I'm going with a text function. See now, what is the count of the element?
5.
Out of five, I need to choose only one. Then how do you choose?
Yeah. Maybe we have to close everything with the whole bracket, and then
Yes,
you have to
yes,
specify the index.
yes, very good. You got my point. Okay, see here. Cool. What I'll do, I'll put on bracket for complete XPath. Okay, so automatically all the elements, okay, which are matching in the web page, no, all are stored in a container, one small jar, okay, in a virtual jar. So based on the indexing, okay, you know indexing. I hope you know the indexings. Okay, it's exactly how it looks. Assume you are having, okay, this is a quite depth. Okay, since you're asking multiple times, I'm just saying. Okay, so assume it is a one container. Inside the container, this inside the container, all the elements will be stored like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, how matching elements are stored like that. Based on the indexing, it will be get fetch. Assume I want a Ruby. So in the bracket, that means in the square bracket, I'll be specifying two. If I specify the two, automatically, can you able to see the Ruby change log is getting highlighted?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, this is what indexing and fetching the element. If I pass 5, automatically JavaScript change log is getting highlighted. Okay, it can be used for any of the syntaxes by putting bracket. That means grouping. Got my point,
Okay.
Kunal?
Yes, yes, I
I
got it.
hope you understood this one.
Yeah.
Or shall I go with one more for your understanding?
No,
I
I'm
hope
okay.
this is fine. Yeah, good, good. Do you have any good doubt, guys? Okay, the last part is nothing but it is indexing. XPath by grouped indexing. This is XPath by content. Mainly, this is used for handling the NBSP and white space. This XPath syntax, okay, XPath. This XPath syntax is used for handling grouping. Okay, whenever you are getting the count as one more than one. Okay, so you are not able to fetch the element address. By that time, you can directly go with the grouping of the element. Any doubt, guys?
No.
No.
Okay, fine.
No.
Good. Now I'll be going with a different element. Okay, so to handle you know how to handle the checkboxes and radio button. Okay, let me show you. So I have developed one small web page. Before going to the web page, I'll show you the source code. Okay, it's a small code. Okay, that is consists of one username, checkbox, male and female, and one small drop down, and also one link. Okay, so this exactly look like the web page. Okay, this is one small web page which consists of username, checkbox, one male and female radio buttons, and one drop down. Okay, and one small link. Okay, so today we'll know how to handle the different element, how that checkbox and this radio button, how to pass the text. Okay, so you tell me in manually. Okay, commonly how do you handle the checkbox? If you encounter with a checkbox, then how do you handle? What is the action that you do?
Select or not select?
Click.
Option.
Okay, select or you can, yes, you can go
Click.
select or not select or click. Correct, no? So it is nothing but can I call it as click?
Correct.
Okay, so you know how to perform click action in the Selenium. In the first class, I told you. Okay, by
Yeah.
click dot click. Okay, then how to pass the data? Which method is used to pass the data?
Send keys.
By
Send key.
send keys, yeah. Send keys, yeah.
Very good. Okay. By using the send keys, I can able to pass the data, and by using click, I can select or I can click on the element. Radio button also. Can I tell the same thing?
Yeah,
Click.
select
Mm.
click.
Okay, click. Okay, if I do click, it will get selected. Okay, that is what you are selecting the radio button or checkbox. Okay. When it comes to different element, among the different element, we have something called drop down. Can I call it as a drop down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to select a drop down. Then how to select the drop downs? See, I have to click on this and I need to select a specific drop down. Okay, cherry, now grapes or pineapple, something I need to select. Okay, so how do you handle these kinds of element? Before pitching to this, so we have some other methods also in web element. So which are those other methods? Yeah, let me show you some other methods. Guys, the screen is visible now.
Yes.
Okay, great. So the URL which I'm using is Facebook. Okay. So let me rewrite it. Let me copy the URL of this web page. Make copy and get back. So I'll be passing the URL of this one. If I pass, it will be able to launch the application. Okay. So now you tell me, if I want to pass any data, okay, which method is used?
Send keys.
Send keys. Very good. Okay. So assume this element is disabled. Okay. Can you able to pass the data?
No.
No.
No. Okay. It's not able to pass the data. So how to make this element as a disabled? Okay. Let me go with the smell. Okay. So inside the text, okay, can you able to see the source code? In the source code, I'm able to write. Okay. I'll write disabled. Okay. I'm just adding on disable. Get back to web page and I'll do on the refresh. So now you tell me, can you, okay. I'll be writing. Okay. Now, can I pass the data to this disabled element?
No.
No.
See, can I able to pass? No, I'm not able to pass. Okay. So in the web page, in the real time, you may come across with a different element. Sometimes it may be disabled. Okay. So how do you check whether that element is enabled or disabled? How do you check?
You cannot like pass any data, right? Like even
Yeah,
if
correct. Very good.
yeah.
I
Is
cannot pass the data, but you have some scenarios. You have to check whether that element is enabled or disabled.
So maybe you can pass the data send keys, and if the
Okay.
data is not entering, then that means that it's working fine.
Mhm.
You
So
can do that,
there
or yeah.
there is some inbuilt function called is disabled, is
okay.
enabled.
Yeah, very good. So don't you feel that if you pass the data and checking and you are getting exception, then don't you feel odd? Okay. Instead of doing that, okay, instead of wasting the time to check whether to pass the data is possible or not, there are some inbuilt methods. Okay, in my Selenium, there are some inbuilt methods which are coming from the web element. Okay, which are those? I'll tell driver dot find element. Inside the find element, I need to capture this element address first. So what is the element address? I'll pass inspect. Okay, so can I go with type is equal to text?
Yeah.
I'll go with the control F double forward slash input. Okay, so in the bracket, I'll be writing at the rate type is equal to, within single quote, I'll write text. Okay, can you able to get the count as one, the element address? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just copy this, get back to the source. Okay, I'll be writing by dot xpath, within double quote, I'll pass the xpath. Then what I'll be storing, I'll store to an element address called us, that is a username. Okay, just for a name share, I'll pass us. The return type of this element is what? US. Okay, that is a username. The return type is web element. So web element is what? Web element is an interface. Can you able to see one interface? Okay, how WebDriver is an interface, same way, whenever you fetch the element address, the return type of that element will be a web element. Okay, the return type of find element is what? Web element, correct? No, same way, the return type of that find element is an web element. It's an interface. Inside this interface, we have 17 methods. Okay, 17 methods. Among that 17 methods, we have some method called us dot is enabled. Can you able to see one method called enabled?
Yeah.
Okay, what this enabled method will do, since the return type of this is boolean, so boolean means what? True or false condition. Okay, if that element is enabled, it will return the true value. If not, it will return the boolean nothing but false value. Okay, I'll be taking this method. Okay, then directly you can pass it to if condition also. Okay, I'll be writing if. Okay, instead of storing and all, will be directly passing that value. If I'll pass, if that element is enabled, okay, that element is enabled. So I'm just writing this out. Okay, all right, element is enabled. Else,
system is disabled.
Element is disabled. Okay, element is disabled. What will be the output?
Element is disabled.
Very good. Let me check whether it is working fine or not. I cannot try. I think Firefox. I need to change to Chrome. I'll be going with Chrome. Let me comment it out. So it's just launching the application. Then it's trying to, okay, it is trying to verify that element is enabled or disabled. Okay, since if the element is enabled, okay, it will return the value called, okay, what is the output?
Element is
And
disabled.
is
Element
disabled.
is disabled.
Element is disabled. Okay, the same script, let me run it one more time. Okay, by deleting this, okay, in the source code, in the HTML, I'm deleting. Okay, let me save. Let me run it again. What is the output I'm getting right now?
And element
Element is
is
enabled.
Element is
Okay,
enabled.
did you got my point?
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I'm just checking. This method will help me to check whether the element is enabled or disabled. Got it?
yes.
Okay, so now I'll move with a one more. Okay, so please look here. Assume we have something called checkbox. Okay, how do we check whether this checkbox is checked or not?
Click. Oh,
No,
click.
no, I'm asking, how do you verify whether this checkbox is checked or not? Checked or unchecked? Since this is an
Then
unchecked checkbox, correct now? Until I checked, it is an unchecked checkbox. Correct, right?
Mm.
Okay. In Selenium, how do you verify? Okay, how do you verify whether the checkbox is checked or not? Okay. So again, we have an inbuilt. See, I'll be writing inside this one. I'll write checked. Okay. So let me refresh the page. Can you able to see automatically it is being checked by
Yeah.
default? Okay. So now I need to check whether this is checked or not. So how do we check? I have something called type is equal to checkbox. Okay, I'll copy this. Instead of text, I'll be passing the checkbox. Correct now? Now you tell me which element I got, which element address I got.
Element is enabled.
No, no, which element address I got right now?
Checkbox.
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 Checkbox. Very good. Now instead of using the enable, okay, there is a one more method called is selected. Can you able to see is selected?
Yeah.
I'll capture this. Okay. Instead of enable, I'll go with
Selected.
selected. Okay,
Unselected.
I'm just unselected. Unselected node. You can go with anyone. Okay. Let me click on run. So what is the answer you are expecting right now?
Selected.
Yeah.
The element is selected.
Yeah.
Okay. This is what exactly do. These are the some methods which help me to check whether that they are enabled or disabled. Okay. And whether they are checked or unchecked. Did you got my point?
Yep.
Okay, very good. So, and also we have some other methods also. Okay, among that, the most common is fetching the text of the element. Okay, so you tell me we have multiple text over here. Okay, so among this, I need to fetch the text of Facebook. Okay, You can able to see in the right side, before winding of a tag, we have
It's
some text
Facebook.
over here. Correct now?
Facebook. Facebook.
Text of the link, Facebook. I need to fetch this text.
Mhm.
How do I fetch this text? In the why I'm telling the get text, fetching the text means in the real time you have to verify. Okay. Since okay. So sometimes in the real time you need to fetch the text of this price or a text of this product name, and you have to verify. Okay, whether it is having the same product, the product value which you are looking for or not. You have to check, verify. You have to verify. By that time you need to fetch the text of the element. To fetch the text of the element, we use something called in Selenium. Let me remove this. Let me capture the address of this link. Okay, what is the address of the link? That is Facebook. Okay, so let me remove this one also. Let me go with the direct web page, last web page. Okay, where's Facebook? Okay. Do one right click, inspect, and write an export to locate that one.
Double
Double forward slash a
A
bracket.
and
I can go with the directly text function, or you can go with the ID is equal to a3. That is also fine for me. Okay, I can go with the ID is equal to within single quote a3. Okay, that is also element address. Capture this element address, get back to the web page, remove this completely. Okay, pass this. Okay, so now what I should do, how to fetch the text of the element. Okay, to fetch the text of the element, I'll write us dot. I have a method. Guys, there are some other method also. Okay, see here, the clear in the sense you have some default value in the text, the text field or somewhere. If you want to clear that, you can directly go with the clear. It is automatically clear the default values. Assume your pass user for a username, you have passed some username, admin123 or something you have passed. You need to clear the default data. You can directly go with the clear. Okay, this click is nothing but to perform click action. Likewise, I have something called get text. Can you able to get text?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so I'll be going with a get text. Okay, directly I'll print. Or you can go with the storing and printing. That is also fine. Or else you can directly go with a printing statement. All right, us dot. Let me run this. What is the text of that element? What is the text of that element? This is the text of the element. Correct now, Facebook.
Facebook. Yeah.
Remember always, this get text will fetch the text of the element. Okay, if that element is having the text, how do you confirm the text? Before it get winds off, the element is having the text, then only I can fetch. Sir, for example, okay, I'll be writing id is equal to a1. Okay, you can ask me, sir, this checkbox is also having the text, no checkbox. Okay, if I write this a1, will it fetch the text? See, okay, I'll tell a1. If I write a1, which element address will be get fetched? Checkbox. Okay, checkbox address will be get fetched. See, id is equal to a1, checkbox only, no.
Yeah.
I'll be writing a1. id is equal to a1, but this is input. Okay, I'll be copying, and let me get back. Let me paste to this one. Let me click on run. Do you think now it will fetch the text of the checkbox? Do you think it will fetch the text of the checkbox?
No,
No,
Why it will not fetch?
because maybe there was no text
yeah.
instead.
Yeah.
There was no text. Yeah.
See, there is no any text. Okay, there is nothing to fetch from the element. That's why it is called text of the element. Only if the elements are having the text after. Okay, this is tag name, starting of the tag name, and this is getting wind off. Before that, if the element is having, then only it can fetch. So please do remember this one. Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So then if we have one more element, so what is that one more element? We have one more element called drop downs. Okay. So how do you handle the drop downs in the web page? Guys, is that fine, or shall I continue for next 10 minutes?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, you can.
You can
Okay, one last.
continue.
Yeah, drop down is there. So I'll finish off with a drop down. Very simple one. Okay. Assume you have one drop down. Okay. How do you handle a drop down? There are two ways to handle a drop down. Okay. One is so please understand this one. So what do you mean by drop down? Drop downs are classified into two types. Which are those? One is single select drop down and one is called multi select drop down. Okay. So single select drop down. Right now, what you are seeing, no, that is called single
Multi.
select drop down, where you are able to select only one option. Okay. See, I can able to select only one option. Apple. Correct? No. Can I select multiple options? Cherry and grapes? No, it's not possible me to select. Okay. For example, you have came across with a one gender drop down. Okay. So where you can select either male, female, or other. Okay. You cannot select multiple drop downs at a time, same time. Only you have to select one options in the drop down. Those are called single select drop down. Got my point? Yeah, this one you have to understand before I pitch into the select. That is what drop down. You have to understand the types of the drop downs. There are two types of drop downs. One is single select drop down and one is multi select drop down. So what do you mean by single select drop down? The drop downs which can able to select only one option at a time. Okay, can I select multiple option here? No, it's not possible for me to select multiple option. Okay, at a time I can select only one option. This is called single select drop down. Okay, then what do you mean by multi select drop down? Let me go back to uh, the source code, and I'll be adding one small keyword. Okay, after this I'll be adding one small keyword. Okay, multiple. Let me get back and let me do a small refresh. Okay, so after refreshing you can able to see. Okay, don't ask me, sir, it is a real time or so. Please give a small HTML web page and all. Okay, I'm not a web developer. Okay, I'm not able to develop this. Okay, so just for your understanding the real time, all you can able to see the same thing. Okay, so can I select multiple? See now, can I select the multiple drop downs
Yeah.
Yeah,
options?
yeah.
And also can I deselect the options?
Yeah.
Okay, this is what multi-select drop-down, where you can select multiple options and also you can deselect the multiple options also. Before before you handle any of the drop-down, you should know first what type of drop-down it is, whether it is a single select drop-down or multi-select drop-down. Okay, I'll give an example. Let me go with okay, yeah, yes. You tell me what type of drop-down it is.
Single
Single
select.
Single.
select.
Single select. Can I select multiple month at a time?
No.
No, it's not possible. See, I can select only one option. I cannot select multiple options. Okay, this is an example for single select drop down. Okay, see, these single select drop downs are most commonly developed with a tag name. Okay, so what is a tag name? Most commonly, these drop downs are developed with something called select tag. Can you able to see select tag over here?
Yeah.
Okay, and also here also select tag, and here also select tag. Okay, so
Yes.
please remember drop downs are most commonly developed with a select tag. If not, they were developed with UL tag or ULI tags. Okay, so here also I'm also developed with the same tag. Can you able to see same tag? Opening tag and also closing tag. And also the value which I have given 1 2 3 4 5, and the text of the drop down, that is mean options, mango, apple, cherry. This is what options name. Okay, so now I need to handle this one. So how do we handle this one? How do we handle the drop downs in the web page? Very simple, guys. Okay, very simple. So what I should do in my Selenium, I have one separate class. Okay, I have one separate class to handle the drop downs. So what is that class? And it is a concrete class which belongs to a package called UI package, and it is a non like I can go with a, it is not a static method, it is a non-static methods. Okay, so how do we handle the non-static method? How do we call the non-static method? By creating object of that class. Okay, I'll be calling select. Okay, you can take control space. Can you able to see there is a one concrete class which is coming from support.ui package.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the UI package, and I'll be calling one yes reference variable is equal to new select. Okay, so you can able to see one constructor. This constructor is parameterized. Okay, so what type of address is it taking, what type of parameter it is taking, what is the parameter it is asking? Web element.
Element.
Web element element, that means it is asking you please specify which is the drop down. Okay, or pass the address of the drop down. Okay, the return type of this element, see the last time when I fetch the element address, the address of the element is the return type is web element. Okay, so now also before I handle, first I should have the address of the drop down. Right now I need to fetch the address of the drop down. How do I fetch? Okay, can you tell me the export to fetch the complete the drop down address?
/select
Okay,
Yeah.
@ID is equal to it.
double forward slash select in the bracket. I'll go
ID.
with id is equal to
It2.
within single quote a2. I'll go. Okay, now can I tell the complete drop down is getting selected?
No, only the, I think so. It's mainly the menu bodies. I mean, like,
That is what I want. That is I want.
you explained
Option.
previously, right? Body and then the,
That
so
is
it's,
for,
yeah,
yeah, that is for complete web page. Okay, this is for only drop down. See, if I mouse over to select, the complete drop down is getting deleted. Inside the drop down only I have the options. What is your main agenda handling the drop down? Nothing but you want to handle the options, correct? No,
correct.
that is what, if you catch hold of the drop down, automatically all the options are selected by default, correct? No, when you catch hold of the parent, when you catch hold of parent, automatically all the children are got locked, correct? No.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm? Same thing, what I did, I capture the complete parent address, that is drop down address. So let me get back, and I'll be writing driver dot find element by dot, you can go with the x path within double quote, I'll pass the expression of the drop down. Okay, so then what I'll do, I'll store it in a one simple reference variable. Okay, dp just drop down. Okay, then the return type of this what, it will be a
Web element.
element. Okay, you can take the control space and I'll write one dp. Okay, now when you are passing, when you are handling the drop down, it will ask you please specify the, see, select and web element and web element. That means what? Yeah, you are handling a drop down. Before I handle the drop down, please specify which element. Okay, pass me the address of the drop down. Okay, so if I pass, automatically it will take the DP. Okay, so why it is taking the DP? That is nothing but the address of the complete drop down. After passing the drop down address, my SC, okay, this select class is having some multiple methods. Which are those multiple methods? If I pass yes dot, can you able to some methods?
Mm-hmm.
Select, can you able to see select by index, select by value, select by visible text.
Yeah, we can use this one also, right? Get all selected
Okay,
up.
so these are the three methods. Yeah, yeah, don't go here. Okay, don't go till here. Let me first catch hold of the three element first, then I'll move with the next one. Okay, so we have selecting. First, let me select the options. For selecting option, we have three methods. Which are those? Select by index, select by value, select by visible text. So what do you mean by select by index? Okay, so let me tell you what do you mean by index. Assume you have how many options? 6 options are there. Okay, so what exactly select by index stand for? Select by index stand for, so what is the indexing of the first mango? Indexing.
Zero.
First one.
So always indexing start with a 0 or 1.
Zero.
Okay, 0. Okay, the mango indexing will start 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Likewise it goes on. Okay, that is what select the option based on the index. Let me go with the first one, select by index. So I'll pass 0 and I'll wind off. Okay, so please look here, let me save and let me click on run. Is it selecting mango?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
That means what, the I'm selecting an element based on the index. If I pass the 0 indexing, the mango is getting selected. So I'll pass one 3. Okay. If I pass 3, you tell me which option is getting selected. If I pass 3,
Grapes.
Cherry.
0, 1, 2,
Grapes,
3.
grapes.
Grapes.
Okay. So what I'll do, let me click on run. Is it selecting grapes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is one way of selecting. Okay. By indexing, that is 0. Now we have another way of selecting. What? S dot select by can you able to see one more by value?
Value.
Yeah.
Okay, so what value stand for? When they are developing this,
Predefined answer.
can you, you can aram se. Can you able to see some values they have given?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so based on the values also I can able to handle the options. Assume I want to select now pineapple, so what is the value over there?
5.
Kunal,
Yeah.
Can I go with a 5? If I
Yeah.
select 5, if I pass 5, so which options is getting selected?
Pineapple.
Very good. Okay. So I'll pass select by value. Okay. Within double quote, I'll pass 5. Okay. Done. In the same way, I'll be going directly with one more. Select by, can you able to see visible text?
Yeah.
Okay. So now you can say the answer. If I want to select uh, orange, what should I pass?
Can you make a bigger?
The text itself, whichever we want, visible text.
You have to write
Whichever is
fast.
visible,
Okay.
orange.
Very simple. See, I want to select orange. Okay. So what I'll be doing? I want to select orange. So get
Okay.
back, select by, you have one more method, select by visible text. The name of the method is stating you select
Visible.
the, yes, which is visible. So within double quote, pass the text. Done. Okay. See, if I click on run, oh shit, one second. Yeah, mango, and where are others? Is it getting selected pineapple and also orange?
Mm.
You got my point.
Yeah.
What I'm saying. Okay, these are the 3 ways to select the options. Very simple. Okay, same way, same way. S dot deselect. Now, can you able to see deselect by index, deselect by value,
Mhm.
deselect by visible text? Whenever you want to deselect, okay. So please remember, after selecting the option only you can deselect. Okay. So at a time, one shot also you can deselect all the options, or based on the indexing also, based on the value also, based on the visible text also, you can do that. Am I clear? See, let me go with the first deselect all. Okay, all are simple methods. Okay, I'm taking fast for you can aram se understand. Let me give one small thread dot sleep before deselecting all. The mango and pineapple and grapes selected, and automatically all the options are deselected. Okay, after 3 seconds, it is already selected and automatically it is getting deselected. Correct now?
Yeah.
Okay, that is what deselect all will do. If you want to deselect one by one, if you want to deselect a specific one, again you can go with a deselect by value or index or whichever you want. Am I clear with this?
Yeah.
Okay. And one more thing, since when I'm launching, the application is opening in a minimized state. See, if I launch, the application is opening in a minimized state, in a small corner. Correct now? How do we maximize?
Maybe
Manually. How?
maximize.
Yeah, manually. How do we maximize? This is how you maximize. Correct now?
Yeah.
But in Selenium only, I need to maximize. How do I maximize? There is a one method. Okay, so please remember. So soon after you launch the application, okay, soon after you enter the URL, you can go with one method, driver dot, okay, manage. Okay, so in the WebDriver, I told you there are multiple methods. Do you remember? There are 13 methods: get title, get current page, close, quit. Okay, do you remember? Guys, please remember the 13
No.
methods. It is
No.
very important. I'll take driver dot manage dot. Okay, inside what you want to manage, I want to manage window. Okay, the application which you're opening, no, that is called window. Inside that, I need to maximize. We have different option. Full screen is also there, and maximization also there. I want to maximize. I'll maximize the complete application. So now let me click on run. So soon after browser is opened, automatically it will get maximized. See, mango and this one is getting selected, and automatically it is getting deselected. Did you understood, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me know if you have any doubt, or else I'll wind up the session. I hope this session is helpful for you to understand.
Mm-hmm.
If anything is there, let me know.
How do we proceed for drop downs which has div tag?
Div tag. Ah, okay, very
Yeah.
good. So if an element, okay, if the dropdown is having the div tag, directly you can go with by using find element. Capture that element address, perform click action. Okay. So in the last class, I given one assignment. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Where is that assignment?
In the
This.
drop down also, I think it is with div.
Yes. That is what I wanted to say now. So now today's task, you have to click on appearance and choose. Okay. You have to handle the drop down. Can you able to see one option is there? Drop down is there.
Yeah.
Sort by. In
Select
this
by.
sort by, you have to select A to Z. Okay. You have to select A to Z, and you can go with any of the product and add to cart. So it's very simple. See, if I do right click and capture the address,
But here we need to traverse till the value we want to select, right?
value in the sense, no need to select. See, this is a select class, correct? No,
Yeah.
this is the address of the drop down. Soon after you capture the address, you can directly get the options automatically. See, these are the options.
No, it is because it is set under select tag. I'm talking about like for sometimes. I've seen on some web pages where the drop down does not have select tag, that will have
Yeah,
div tag only.
div tag is there and li tag is there, ul tag is there. Then
In
how
on
do you handle?
demoqa.com.
Yes. So then how do you handle those kinds of drop down? Those kinds of drop downs are called bootstrap drop down, which are not having the select tag. Then aram se by using the find element only. Okay. So how
Yeah,
do you by using the find element capture the address of drop down? Click on that. Okay. By clicking on, you can select the whichever you want. Anyhow, the element is visible for you. Correct now?
yeah,
Okay. Do one right click, capture the address. That's it.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like we have to select the value here, then only we can inspect, right?
Yeah, correct. Very good. So that
Okay.
is what bootstrap drop down. If
What
it
it is called? Can you spell it?
boot
B double
bootstrap.
O T.
Yes. Let me show you.
Tap.
Bootstrap.
Trap. Okay.
Okay.
Bootstrap drop down.
Bootstrap. Okay.
Yes. Those kinds of drop down because if they are not developed with a select tag,
Yeah. Okay.
those can be handled by using a small by single click.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Any other doubts?
No.
Okay. And also the assignment is this one. You have to handle this drop down. Since it is developed the select tag, you can able to handle this drop down and add any one of the product to cart. That is your second assignment. Last time I given that is a registration and also login. Correct now?
Yeah.
Have you done? Anybody?
We'll show in the next class for sure.
Sure, definitely fine.
Yeah.
Uh, Let me know if you have any doubt, or else I'll wind off.